Hello everyone, in this video we will talk about the 8 Spider-Man villains we need to see in Insomniac's Spider-Man 3. The list is based off previous games and how they were teased, and some of our own predictions and theories.
Carnage. He was teased in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, with him being in a side mission. Having Carnage in Spider-Man 3 is mandatory, with Venom already introduced and defeated. It makes perfect sense for Insomniac to finish off the symbiote storyline with Carnage. One of the most dangerous offshoots of Venom is Carnage, bonded to the psychotic serial killer Cletus Cassidy. Unlike Venom, Carnage is pure chaos and destruction, with zero regard for anyone else. If Spider-Man 3 includes Carnage, we could see a darker, more brutal chapter in the series.
The second villain on our list is Dr. Octopus. Although Otto was defeated and imprisoned in the first game, his story feels far from over. By the end of Spider-Man 2, in the post-credit scene, we see Norman Osborn visiting Otto in prison, and he is there to find Peter's identity, and that might set up the whole third game. Otto still knows his identity, and we know it from the first game. If he returns in Spider-Man 3, he could be the leader of the new Sinister Six, or a mastermind working from the shadows. With his genius intellect and knowing Peter's life and identity, Doc Ock is one of the most anticipated and dangerous Spider-Man enemies, and his return could be a perfect way to bring the trilogy full circle. Next up, we got the Chameleon. Chameleon was teased in a side mission of Insomniac's Spider-Man 2, and his arc was left unanswered. We know that he's Kraven's half-brother, so his motivation is likely to finish what Kraven couldn't. Furthermore, from the side mission, we know that in the past, Spider-Man fought Chameleon, but he was left free in the city unlike the other villains who were put into Raft. Chameleon is most likely to be a Spider-Man villain in the middle of the main storyline, as he is a major Spider-Man villain, but not as big as Doc Ock or the Green Goblin.
Speaking of Green Goblin, Spider-Man 2 ended with Norman Osborn desperate to save his son Harry. In the post-credit scene of the second game, we know that Norman Osborn went to Doc Ock to find Spider-Man's identity, which will make his arc rageful and sad at the same time. With a tease of the G-Serum and his rage against Spider-Man, it feels almost inevitable that Norman becomes the Green Goblin in the third game. This would be a huge moment, since Green Goblin is arguably Peter Parker's greatest enemy. The mix of advanced tech, terrifying glider combat, and emotional stakes could make him the main villain of the next game.
Next is the Spot. With his newfound popularity from across the Spider-Verse, the Spot could be a wild card villain to bring in. His powers to open portals and manipulate space would make unique gameplay mechanics, while also potentially connecting the multiverse, something Insomniac might explore down the line. The Spot will probably be a side mission villain for Miles Morales, similar to Carnage in Spider-Man 2, as he isn't the biggest Spider-Man villain, unlike Green Goblin or the Chameleon.
The Jackal. Spider-Man 2 already teased a cloning and genetic experiments through Oscorp and Dr. Connors. The Jackal, a scientist obsessed with cloning and manipulations, could be a natural next step for Insomniac. He's also responsible for the infamous clone saga in the comics, which could lead to some shocking twists if Insomniac will explore that territory, with Kane and Ben Parker present if done. The Beetle. The Beetle might not be as iconic as Green Goblin or Doc Ock, but he'd make for a great addition. With his high-tech armor, flight, and heavy weaponry, Beetle could give players a unique aerial boss fight, similar to Vulture's. Insomniac could use the classic Abner Jenkins version, or even Janice Lincoln, tying her story back to Tombstone from the first game. Either way, Beetle would bring a fresh kind of threat to New York.
And the final villain is Hobgoblin. If Norman Osborn becomes Green Goblin, it also opens the door for Hobgoblin. While multiple characters have been taken on the mantle in the comics, Insomniac could use someone like Ned Leeds or even a new character to twist the story. Having two goblins could create major chaos across New York. If Insomniac would recreate this from the comics, Hobgoblin is possibly going to be the first major villain of the game.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you want to know everything about Avengers Doomsday, watch this video.